Well, I think the crazy thing is after the games last night, I text the coaches and the players. If we can find a way to win, which is, and every win is hard in this league, we could be tied for sixth. We could be tied for fifth place after what we've all been through. The COVID, the injuries, all of that, the close losses, and probably the real sad part about it, if you found a way to win one of those close games, you'd be in the top part of the league. And, two of them you'd be, but we didn't do that. All we can do now is worry about, just keep getting better and deal with what we have. I thought, we lost our spirit after Kansas. There's no doubt. You saw it in the Baylor game. I really thought against Mississippi, we had a little more pop on defense. We just didn't make shots. It's pretty simple. Probably, hindsight, too many threes, but I went back and we did get the ball in the paint. It's just that they were, long, and they contested things at the paint. And a lot of times it was drives and kickouts to three. That's what they were we kind of played off of what they gave us. And, if you just had one other guy step up and make a few plays. Obviously Mark was, had a nice game, came back 20 and 16. That's a mouthful. That's, there's not many guys that do that this in our league or around the country. And he's done it a couple times now. Nigel kind of gives us our consistency. I was happy with his playmaking. He had 7 assists. I thought he did a better job when they got into him of creating for some other people. So, now you got Oklahoma State. They're coming off a tough loss to Florida. They had a 16, 18-point lead in the first half. I watched the game last night. They're very, very athletic. They're very talented. They got good depth. They keep coming at you. They're very physical with their defense. They play a lot of defenses. I thought we'd see a lot of defense against Mississippi, but I don't know if they were afraid of Nigel or not with the zones. But we're going to have to man up, and we're going to have to we got to get some points in the paint. And then obviously it would be nice. It's always nice if you can make some shots. But our defense is going to be key. Again, I thought we took a little bit of a positive step against Mississippi. We just couldn't get key stops at the right time. And now we're going to have to, hopefully get back home and keep the fire going inside, and step up and give a great effort against Oklahoma State and see if we can find a way to get a win.
Thank you, Coach. Okay, Michael, you can fire off first.
Morning, Bruce. Is there a vocal leader on this team? And if so, in what ways has that person or persons kind of been? What messages have they been sending?
I think we have several guys that have kind of done it at different times, but I just kind of maybe like our team, we haven't been consistent with it. And, we all have, from the beginning, we've all asked Nigel to have a stronger voice. And, slowly but surely he does it. It's not a natural thing. Mike McGurl, we've talked about in the past. It's not natural for Mike. He's just a good, quiet kid, young man. And Marquise, Ish, Selton, those three have used their voice, but again, they got to come back and have consistent play. And we talked all year about, hold yourself accountable so you can hold other people accountable. And I think that if we could get some consistency, it would obviously help. Then that would help somebody maybe be a consistent voice. We've all gone back and forth. We've had our, it's an emotional season. As if you watch the Chiefs, sports can be very joyous and it can be very painful. And, you go through those ups and downs, and that's part of the season, and so there's been emotion. There's been emotion in practice, in the locker room, but now, all we can do is, we just have ourselves and keep believing and keep working. And, hope we can find a way to get some confidence and some things go our way, and see if we can make a little run here down the stretch.
You mentioned post play, getting better play, consistency. How do you get the offense to eliminate or minimize the droughts that you guys have had?
Yeah, I don't know. 10 days ago, we had 50 points at halftime against Kansas and scored in the 70s. The Texas and one of the best defensive teams. We got in the 60s, and Texas Tech had against again at one of the best defensive teams. So some obviously we got to get some inside production. We got to get some layups, some easy ones. The one thing missing Selton, he's his strength is getting to the hoop, driving, playmaking. Just from one of our bigs, we got to get a layup or two, or get to the free throw line. That would help. I think also just getting some transition. That was our biggest thing, I think, as a staff after watching it. We got to get it out and push it. We only had 5 turnovers. I don't know if 15 assists against Mississippi. So that's pretty good ratio, but maybe we weren't aggressive enough early in the possessions. And that's why we didn't have that's why you had less turnovers. So, I think those would be that inside play, and also maybe getting a little bit out of transition. Our defense, we've been early, we were getting a lot of deflection steals. We haven't had that as of late to get get a few easy ones to kind of ease the pressure on your offense.
And last one from me, Ishmaels' minutes have been reduced dramatically. What's the explanation for that? Is it physical play, or what is it?
I think you watched the game. I mean, he's not the physical, guy. In our league, you got a lot of people that play small or they play athletic. It makes him, it's not one of his strengths to go out and guard somebody out on the court. But at the same time, we got to find a way to use his strength and, see if we can get him some shots. He seems to make that first one, but then the next one, he'll maybe force a little bit. So we got to do a better job of just finding ways to get him some easy shots. And obviously that would help us. So, when you talk about offense, anyone that can get some points for us would help.
Thanks for your time.
And Mark's also played well. I mean, that's, part of it too. You end up playing small ball and playing Mark at the 4. Obviously he's pretty effective in that role.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Tim, go ahead.
Hey, Bruce, what do you see now as kind of the key in getting those bigger guys, getting Casey, getting Davion going, since they've struggled over these last couple of games?
I don't know. We just maybe got to force feed them a little bit. Try to get the ball to them, see if they can get a little confidence. But then they got to go finish it. And, obviously Davion's had an up and down season, and Casey has. I think Carlton, he has the bounce and the athleticism. You see it. He can move better than those two guys. But I've said before, he needs reps. He needs practice. He needs summer. He hasn't had a summer since he's been here. He needs a fall. He didn't have a fall. And those things have come. But, we showed him yesterday his defense on a handful of possessions was like, man, this is perfect. But then, he had a chance, a little jumper, that 3, I wish he would have just shot a 15-footer. I'm okay with that. But, we just, between the 3, we got to just find a way to get something. And, maybe we just need to run a couple plays early and try to get them the ball and see if they can finish or get to the free throw line.